Welcome back to my channel. It feels like it's been such a long time. If you're new, welcome to Black Girl World Traveler. So today's video is going to be talking about the 10 top things that you should know about Spain. So I came up with this list after I got some requests to do videos about like my experience in Spain. So I figured, why not do this video where I break it down into the top 10 things that I think you should know about Spain. So number one, tapas. Tapas are small plates of food that are about like this big. Let's call it a heart. Small rations of food that people eat. My favorite tapas are like calamari, like fried or grilled calamari, cuttlefish. Another popular one in Murcia is farangoyo with a Z, and I couldn't make my Z properly. That's like eggs, scrambled eggs with onions, zucchini, and that's it. It's really good. It sounds like kind of nasty, but it's really good. Patatas bravas, which are like potatoes that come with honey mustard, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Jamon iberico, which is like Iberian ham, or jamon serrano, and you can pretty much get anything like in a tapa size, which is a small plate of food. The best tapas that I've had so far have come from Seville, the best place ever in Spain. It's in Andalusia. Y'all know I live in Murcia. And tapas can range anywhere from like 2 to 5 or 6 euros. And if you go to a more expensive place, it can be more. But for a small plate of food, you know, I'm a budget traveler, so I'm gonna tell y'all the budget prices that you should be paying. Now, when you go to a restaurant, I would say that you mainly get tapas for dinner most of the time. For lunch in Spain, you usually have like a 3-course meal. So you have like an appetizer, your main dish, dessert, and then coffee, like a cake, dessert, and that's it. So most people tapear. That's like the verb to eat tapas, tapear, for dinner. Though some people do definitely eat tapas for lunch when they're like a big lunch. That's the big thing, because lunch is the most important meal. The verb to eat is comer, but in Spain, specifically comer means to eat lunch. And so yeah, tapas. If you come to Spain, you will it's a must that you eat tapas. So yum. Definitely try the fried calamari. If you ever come to Spain, it's really, really good, especially in the south. The next word that I have on my list is culture. Spain has a lot of culture, from flamenco in Andalusia to Las Fallas in Valencia to the ferias in Seville. Spain has so much culture, so many different traditions and history, and a lot of history that they're really proud of. If you know Spanish people, you will know that they are very nationalistic. So I would say, if you ever decide to come to Spain, definitely try to go to the various museums and definitely attend like a cultural event. So far, I have seen flamenco in Spain. I'm going to see the ferias, like the parades in Murcia. The biggest holiday in Spain is Easter, which is coming up in April. So I will be here for part of that, so I'm excited to see those. Bull running in Pamplona is another big thing. What else? I told y'all a few. Las Fallas is a festival that takes place during Carnival, and it's to celebrate San Jose, who is a saint, and it's actually when Father's Day takes place. And in Las Fallas, there's like these big entities that they like burn. Apparently it's really cool. I didn't go because I didn't want to in the end, but Spain has so many different traditions, a lot of culture, and you see that through these different parades, festivals, celebrations that they have. So if you ever decide to come to Spain, you definitely have to take in the culture, because it's a lot to take in. Some of it's good, some of it's, well, let's not talk in terms of good and bad. It's definitely unique. One thing that I don't like, I will say about the culture, is like for carnival is like Halloween here. So people like dress up, and like men will dress up like Snow White or like Disney Channel princesses. People dress up like cartoon characters and things of the sort. But they also do blackface, which I'm not with at all. One of the biggest carnival celebrations in Spain is in Cadiz, which is Cadiz. That's in southern Spain in Andalusia. And I saw pictures of some people that do the same job that I do as an auxiliary. I saw the blackface, and needless to say, I was offended. Because y'all know blackface is textbook definition of racism. They're caricatures, of black people. So some of the traditions are racist. And yeah, but I definitely say come to Spain and experience all of them so you can decide for yourself and see for yourself. The next word that I would describe Spain as is, although it is very cultured, homogenous. Spanish people have a unique identity that is very clearly defined. It's almost like when I changed my braids, like in the beginning of the school I had red braids, now I have these blonde braids. It was like every Spanish person I saw was like, oh, a new look. Cambiaste el look. Like it's almost like that they're going to say the same things. I remember I was asking people why Spanish people, like why don't they like gypsies, and they all give me like the same exact response, like down to the T. Like you can almost guess what Spanish people are going to say sometimes. Like, and I would say that homogeneity can be a good thing because like there's clearly like one identity, like a national Spanish identity, but at the same time it can also be very problematic in that if people never think for themselves or do new things, everyone just thinks the same way, and that's not good. That's not good for democracy. That's not good for free thought. That's not good for critical thinking. So it can be both limiting and advantageous. So that's definitely something to think about. And if you are a black traveler living in Spain, you will definitely 100% stand out. It's very clear to Spanish, in my opinion, what Spanish people consider to be Spanish and what Spanish people consider not to be Spanish. That has everything to do. Then I'm talking about like race, like literally like down to the color of your skin, where your family is from, if they're immigrants or not, things like that. So it can be definitely problematic, but it's been interesting to see how Spanish people respond. I would say for the most part, Spanish, because it is a homogeneous society, people can be ignorant because they are not used to different things. And so like people always are like, can I touch your hair? Que guapa, que chulo, which is like how cool. And I'm just like, yeah, I never seen box braids. Like this is just like normal to me. Like box braids, these things that you may think are normal in your culture are like, it's like a whole new world to some people because they've never experienced it. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, while some people may have like intense curiosity, some people just may be downright racist, which is the next word that I am going to use to describe Spain. So far we have tapas, cultured, I can't even pronounce it, homogeneous, and racist. Spain definitely is racist. Ta-da! Surprise, surprise. Spain is racist. However, not to fear, so is every other country you've probably traveled to. Now, racism in Spain, I would say most often shows up in the form of extreme ignorance. It's not just ignorance about your hair. It's like ignorance in where you come from. Like, oh, you must come from Africa. Like, I've gotten a few of those questions. I've experienced racism in the form of the hyper-sexualization of my body. So I'm walking down the street, men are catcalling me, soliciting me for sex, insinuating that I'm a prostitute and assuming that I'm a prostitute, right? Without having actually talked to me prior. So those are like the main ways I experience racism. And I also think I experience racism in more subtle ways with like the way people talk and sometimes in a condescending tone. But I would say for the most part, Spanish people don't try to outright be racist, but you will feel it. Especially if you're a black woman, if you're a black traveler, you will feel when you are being treated differently. And so my suggestion is just to call it out, because one thing I've noticed is that Spanish people do not like confrontation. They're very passive aggressive people. I'm not going to put that as one of my top 10, but they can be very like passive aggressive. Like they want to say something smart, but they don't. They don't directly say it. They'll still say it, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to outright directly say what they really want to say. But you have to be smart. You have to read between the lines. And so that's something to keep in mind. But whenever you see racism, I don't care where you are in the world, you have to call it out. Call a spade, and see if people are ready to play their hand. That's one thing I'm so happy that Spain has made me, has helped me with, is to get more assured in myself and just call things out how I see it. Because at the end of the day, you have to live in truth. That's the only way that you can live authentically, is if you live in your truth. Your truth will be different from the person who's standing right next to you's truth, but at least you know that you stay true to who you are, and that's all you have at the end of the day. Because when all's said and done, you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. So I sleep better, I feel better knowing that I always call people out on their racism and on their bullshit under every circumstance. I don't care who you are, what kind of position of power you have, I'm calling you out, and you're gonna know. And 9 times out of 10, if I've ever had to call someone out about racism here in Spain, like, they back off completely, because like I said, they're passive aggressive, so they don't actually want the confrontation. They want you to know how they feel, but they're not gonna outright say it. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. You're gonna experience racism as a Black traveler wherever you go. Like, that's a fact. I would be saying the same thing if I lived in Italy, Denmark, blah, blah. Anywhere in Europe, I would definitely be saying it. Anywhere in Asia, I would be saying it. If I'm from the U.S., I would be saying it. You have to deal with race. You will have to deal with racism. But it's all about how you respond to it. And like I said, call it out. Call it how you see it. Call a spade, and you'll be good. The next word that I would use to describe Spain is sangria. Now, sangria is red wine infused with fruits, and it is one of the best drinks I've ever had in my life. The best sangria I've had has come from Seville, my favorite place. Honestly, sangria is, most people order it by the jarra, which is a pitcher. And that can range anywhere from like 4 to 10 euros. I want to say mine's in Seville was actually 350 euros, and it was like, it's like a pitcher size. So it's a pretty nice size, and usually they put fruits. You can see the fruits like floating in the sangria. And it's just super delicious, super typical in Spain. Great drink, and it is enough to get you lit. That's when you know your sangria is good. You can't really taste the alcohol. Like, some people put like extra, some people put like vodka and stuff in it. Well, you can't really taste it, and then you end up getting lit like after lunch. So sangria, one of the more beautiful parts of living in Spain, definitely represents Spain and Spanish culture. The next word I will use to describe Spain is ham. Ham. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the history behind why Spanish people love ham so much, but all I can tell you is that they absolutely love ham. And almost every restaurant you go to, you will see a ham leg. Actually, not several ham legs hanging up around, like it has been freshly cut. Except for obviously in vegan and vegetarian restaurants. Ham is without a doubt the most typical Spanish thing you can eat. There are so many different types of ham. The most common ones are jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, which is Iberian ham. And yeah, you can always get that in like a tapas plate, a tapas form. But that's like, they have so many types of smoked cured ham, like it's ridiculous. And honestly, I'm really not supposed to eat ham because y'all know I don't eat red meat, but I have tried it and it is absolutely delicious. Like, it's real good. It's not good for my belly, but it's real good. I can't even lie. Spanish ham is just amazing. And that's the most typical thing about Spain. Spain, ham. What is ham without Spain? What is Spain without ham? Not Spain. So if you come, definitely try ham. And if you don't eat red meat, I would say definitely make an exception just to try it. And if you really, really don't eat red meat, They also do eat a lot of beef. And if you're like a vegetarian, eat the patatas bravas, which is like potatoes with ketchup and mayonnaise. So, and if you're vegan, eat the potatoes. Another good one. This is a tangent, but patatas con alioli. It's like a garlic sauce, a creamy garlic sauce. Very good, delicious. Another thing you absolutely should try. Yeah. The next word that I'm going to use to describe Spain is paella. Paella. Paella is a rice dish that was originally made with rabbit. Ew, what the actual fuck? Yuck. Spanish people do eat rabbit though. I can't even lie. I asked my students, they one time, this little girl, she told me she had a pet rabbit. I was like, but do you eat rabbit? She was like, well, yes. But not that kind, not my pet. I eat other kinds of rabbit. So, paella. Typical dish of Valencia, in my Spanish accent. But you can find it throughout Spain, honestly. The best ones I've had have actually, I ate paella in Valencia when I went. And it was really good. I like paella de mariscos, which is shellfish paella, which comes with like shrimp, octopus, calamari, and whatever else. I can't remember. Just shellfish. Another popular one people like to do is with chicken as well. Like, you can pretty much get it with any type of meat or without meat. There's definitely vegetarian paellas. And it's just really a typical... Most people would think it's like a typical Spanish dish, but it's really, really typical to Valencia. But it's become so popular that it's known as one of the staples. When you think about Spain, you think about paella. You think about food in general. And I think that's probably a theme that I'm getting at. Spain is so rich and diverse in their food. Honestly, they have so many different types of rice, arroz blanca, arroz negra, paella. There was another rice that my friend just told me about. But when I was talking to my friend, she was like, the how good your paella is depends on how the altitude of where you're located, because like the sea influences it. I don't know, y'all. I just know I like some paella. You should try it. There's a lot of good paella, and then there's also like a lot of bad paella. Never eat in touristy places. They make it real nasty, and side eyes Barcelona. But yeah, never eat in touristy places, and try to definitely you must try paella. And it's a rice dish, so there's no reason why you can't eat it. There's a paella for every single person. I remember when I was in 10th grade, we had to make Spanish dishes, and we had to make paella. It was like an instructional video. We were learning about food and directions. So me and my classmate, we made a paella dish, and it was disgusting compared to the paella I've had here in Spain. Definitely something to think about, how my life has come full circle. I went from making fake paella to eating a real thing here in Spain less than 10 years later. So that's life. The next word that I'm going to use to describe Spain is Alhambra. It's a fortress, a palace located in Granada, Spain. And it's something that you have to do if you come visit Spain. Now, there's no way to see everything in Spain. Like, it's just impossible. But if you ask me, you gotta go to Seville. That's the best place in Spain. And Granada. Because how can you go to Spain and not go to Granada? And if you go to Granada, you have to go to Alhambra. Like, it's just, you must. Now, y'all know that some of you may know that parts of Spain were once ruled by the Muslims, and Alhambra was one of their palaces that they had right before the Christians reconquered Spain, and the structure is still up to this day. So you can definitely go have a visit to Alhambra. The tickets are, when I went, you would definitely have to reserve in advance. You absolutely have to, or you won't be able to get in. Like, I think I reserved mine a month in advance. Maybe you can do it like 2 weeks before, but you definitely have to reserve in advance. And tickets were about €14.50. Yep, €14.50. So definitely you have to go. I will try to insert pictures so y'all can see, but Alhambra, must see, must visit. Granada, must see, must visit if you're in Spain. Granada probably, even though Seville has really good food, I would say Granada probably has the best food I've had in Spain. Last and final word I'm going to use to describe Spain is Murcia, my home. Now, I don't know if y'all have heard of Murcia, but hopefully after you're subscribed, you're going to click that button down below and you're going to know about Murcia because that's where I live. Small little region in Spain, and it has really become like my home, and it has stolen my heart in a lot of ways. Murcia is small. It has about almost 450,000 residents. The city, and the region is very small. It's between Valencia and Andalusia, and it's by the beach. Like, I can be at the beach in 30 to 45 minutes. It's very cheap. It's one of the cheapest places to live in Spain. It's an agricultural region, so we constantly have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and flowers at all times. I feel like there's something for everyone in Murcia. There's such good food. Like, that is just so important. Like, how good is your food where you live? If it's not that good, if it's not that varied, you're living wrong, period. If you're not close to the beach, period, a mess. Throw the whole city away. I'm just playing. But no, these things are so important. If your cost of living is astronomically high, throw the whole job away, pick up and move abroad. Like, seriously, Murcia has become my home, and while I'm gonna have to leave for a little while, I'm sad. Like, I'm so sad to like leave this great city, and I hope that through my videos, through my travel, through my advice that I give to y'all see why and how Murcia has made me a better person, a stronger person, a more independent person, a more open, friendly person, because people here are very nice. And I hope that it opens your eyes to just places, the most known places in Spain, like Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, Granada, Malaga. There's so much more to see, like so much more. I haven't even scratched the surface of everything I want to do. And that's how I'm so sad, because like I basically ran out of money traveling and I have so much more to do. But I'm so glad of what I was able to accomplish. The last major thing I wanted to do was go to País Vasco, which I'm going to do in May. So I'm really excited for that. That's definitely going to be a vlog, so stay tuned for that. And I'm just excited to continue on with my life of travel and to see where these 10 top 10 things about Spain that I'm taking with me on my next journey. I'm excited to see where I go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm dropping videos consistently. I have a lot of video requests to get through. I'm recording videos every day, and I'm going to get them out as soon as possible. And I love y'all. And I'm going to see y'all in my next video. Bye. Peace.